She was just putting on lipstick. Next thing she knew, she woke up in another world, beautiful, royal, and engaged to the crown prince. Like the video, subscribe, and let me tell you this hilarious historical romance, Empress lipstick. In the beginning, we see a woman looking at some photos of hot and beautiful girls trying different makeup looks on them. And then we see the real girl behind all those filters. She says annoyed, what's the point of all these new filters if my face is still the same? Never mind. I don't have time for this, and it's almost time. She sets her phone on the ring light and shoots a video. Hello everyone, it's Jane again from Jane's Makeup Box. As I mentioned in my last video, I am going to show you how to complete the makeup look of Korea's top model with affordable product. First, let's start with the base. We are going to use this products. The essence of today's makeup look is achieving clear skin. Now you all know what is this product, right? It's the moistest primer you will ever find. The color is apricot mochi from some brand with less money. Suddenly someone comes in her room and starts to slap her. She says, shouldn't you be on your way to school? What are you doing here in your room? They called and told me that you ditched all of your classes this week. What's wrong with you? Get your butt to class right now. Get up right now, or I will throw everything away on this table. Jane exclaims, ouch. That hurts. Gosh, she is the same as my mother. Jane says, I already told you that I am not cut out for studying. But in all seriousness, I want to talk about something, Mom. Her mother shouts, what? Jane asks whether she can get lip filters. Her mother confused, lip what? Jane says it's the thing that make your lips puffy like this. Everyone's doing it these days. She gets another beating. How can someone be this relatable? Anyways, her mother says her not be ridiculous and asks her to go to her class right now. Do you even know how much your school costs? High school is a lot tougher than middle school. You're gonna fall behind if you don't focus on your studies. Jane sighs and says, but you already know study isn't my thing, Mom. Why don't you use that money to send me to beauty school instead? I will work my butt off, I promise. Please, Mommy, please. And her mom, being the true Asian mom, declines and says, we don't have time for this, now go to your school. Only dumb kids who don't like studying take interest in that. Why did I just got emotional damage? Her mother continues, on the top of that, do you know how expensive beauty schools are? It's ridiculous how much they charge for such useless skills, and if you are so desperate to go to one, then pay it for yourself. You will have plenty of time then. Jane shouts, no. It will be so late by then, I want to do it now. Her mother says, I don't understand, why are you so obsessed with makeup? Are we gonna listen to mom and daughter bickering for the whole video? Just wait, I bet story will get interesting when she applies that lipstick. Jane says, obviously, because I am ugly, I wouldn't be like this if I were born pretty. I really want to learn professional makeup. Her mom argues, don't you say that you are gorgeous. She shouts again, that's not the point, Mom. Her mom finally says, I seriously have enough of this, now get to class. Jane chokes and runs off. Her mother shouts, don't go somewhere else, you hear me, I am going to call them and check. Jane thinks, class. 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 I am so tired. She always says the same thing, she never listens to me. Being a makeup artist is a serious career, there are hundreds of them being successful. She thinks I don't have plans for the future, but I do. She don't care about my feelings. Then our main character cries thinking about it. Then she goes to some other girl. She says her sis. The sis replies, geez. You caught me by surprise. And have you been crying all the way here? You look so bad and it's almost embarrassing. Jane says with a straight face, and you look even worse. You have gigantic forehead. She shouts, what did you say? Then she sighs. What's the point? Did you get into another fight with Mom? You always come here when you do. Jane says, Mom keeps telling me that I can't go to beauty school. Sis says you should be more confident about your looks. You know, I think you're just suffering from low esteem. Then Jane replies, yeah, it's coming from someone who literally reconstructed her whole face. If I have work done on my face, I do also be beautiful. Her sis shouts again, asking her, what did she say? She says, I only did my eyes and nose. Jane says that's practically the whole thing. Then another hottie joins the chat. Good to see you, Janin. By the way, her nickname is Jane. Then Jane exclaims, Rhea, your eyes are all red, did you cry? Sis says she got into another fight with Mom. Jane says, you know, you played a huge part in the way she is to me. You do everything you want, so now she is obsessing over me. Rhea says, Janin is right, SEO, you are pursuing your dream as we speak, so you should be more supportive to Jay. Rhea is also a famous makeup artist who is the makeup artist Jane loves and respects the most. She said she also had thigh time because of her parents were against her becoming one she was a child. I think that's why she gets me. Actually, when I am upset, I come here to see Rhea, not my sister. For some reason, I feel better when I see her doing her job and looking professional. Oh, often like to see myself in Rhea's shoes. She says to herself I will one day, and then dozes off. She wakes up to see that everyone is gone. She asks where is everyone? Because of the dark, she becomes scared. I just can't believe Seoin just left me here. You better not be home or else. Then she sees a lipstick dropped on the floor. She thinks someone must have dropped it. She thinks it's very pretty and opens it to see a shimmering, beautiful lipstick. Wow. Then being the makeup artist she sees the mirror and thinks what's going on. She rises against her will and goes near the mirror. Then the lipstick itself comes up and rubs on the mirror and creates an arc. She can move again. Then she sees a reflection of some women with the arc. The woman comes out of the mirror, like literally, and opens her mouth making the same face as mime right now. Then she eats Jane and Jane falls into the mirror. From here the real story begins. Jane transferred to another world. Someone calls her Your Highness. Princess Jane. Jane thinks Princess me. OMG. She is so beautiful. She thinks where is she? The maid asks what is she doing here? Her Majesty is looking for you. Jane thinks what's up with these ladies, why are they calling me Your Highness? Jane asks them who they are. The maid laughs, oh. Come on Princess Jane, that's not funny. Yeah, she can be ridiculous sometime. Then they picks her up, come on, it's time for you to see Her Majesty. Jane thinks what are these people doing? Then she glances at mirror. She breaks free to look for herself and smashes it. After seeing herself she asks if this is her. Excuse me, but is this person really me? Jane asks. This is a mirror, right? Is this what I look right now? The maid's confused replies, huh? This is of course you. Are you feeling alright? Is everything okay, Your Highness? She slams the mirror again and says, I am freaking gorgeous. Damn, this looks unreal. Just look at this nose. And these double eyelids read just perfect. My eyes are huge. Also, how can my face be so small? How could my eyes, nose, and mouth fit into this tiny face? Then she looks at her hand and gets surprised with a disgusting face on. The maids call what's wrong. Actually, the disgusting face turns into the face of admiration. Look how skinny my fingers are. Can you see them? They are like twins. You know how fat people have fat fingers too, right? I am just drop dead gorgeous. The maids look at each other confused. Then they drag her to the royal court. She exclaims, but seriously, what is this place? Girl, you are asking about it now? She thinks if she is dreaming. Then a guard announces her entrance. Her Highness the Princess Jane is here. Then we see Jane's mother. Jane says wow, I also says wow, viewers too says wow. The queen welcomes her. She says her to sit here on the sofa. Then they drinks tea. Her mother says this day has finally come. I am truly sad to have to see you go. You must also know that I am very proud of you and that I expect great things from you. Our Jane just enjoys the meal. Her mother cries, it seems like it was just yesterday that my dear princess come and hug her mom with her stubby cute arms. Our Jane just sips the coffee. Queen says I can't believe you are already grown into such a beautiful mature young woman, ready to be wed to the crown prince of the great empire of Durban. She spits her tea and asks what? Queen says of course, I am well aware that you are not entirely pleased with the engagement. However, I am also so grateful and proud that you have decided to embrace the responsibility for the greater good of the kingdom. Jane says, hang on, what did you say? I think there is a serious mistake. Actually, I am not who you think I am. I know you may think otherwise because I look like this right now. I don't think you understand me. I get it. I mean, I don't even understand what's going on. Jeez. So basically, I am not the person who you think I am. I mean, how do I explain this? Damn it. The queen grins. I understand that leaving your country Lomendal tomorrow might be hard for you to accept. Jane, I completely understand. I was once just like you. Moreover, becoming crown princess of such a great empire is a huge responsibility. I fully understand how you feel. Now I know that this just for alliance, but for princess becoming and empress is the greatest opportunity. The Emperor Charles XIII was a joke. I mean useless. I mean need improvement, but his son Charles XIV is known for his excellent character and intelligence. There will come a day when the responsibility of being an empress will be down on you. However, I truly believe. Okay, stop, I can't type more of her convincing. After that she says, "One last thing, Jane. You must bear a son." Jane thinks what? Then the guard announces, "Your Majesty, Sir Eloise has arrived." The queen says to let him in. Then Sir Eloise comes. And oh my god. Wow. Can I marry him? Jane also has the same reaction. She praises his beauty. Just look at my bro. She blushes just by seeing him and keeps on praising. But suddenly his hair flows upward. And a unibrow? Yeah, girl, same reaction as me. But this can be solved. Queen welcomes him. Jane, this is your first encounter with Sir Eloise. Fabian here is the son of Marquis Eloise, an ambassador of the Durban, and grew up in the empire since he was a child. Jane thinks what a shame only if you didn't had unibrow. Hence, he knows empire better than anyone, and he has proven himself to be calm, wise, and intelligent young man. He is diplomatic support who will accompany you to journey to Durham. He will always by your side to protect you. If anything comes up, discuss with him. She looks at him. Then her mother says, Jane, I sincerely wish I could spend as much time as I can with you today. But that would be too selfish for me. Tomorrow will be a long day, so please rest. The maid guides her to her room and gives her the thing she dropped earlier. And it's the same lipstick. They wishes her good night and leaves. She sighs and thinks what a headache. She sleeps on the bed and think what in the world is going on right now. Is this a dream? Or am I seeing things? What exactly went wrong? Why do I look like this and a princess? Moreover, I am getting married. Only strange things come at me in this strange world. And also this strange item. She remembers all the things that happened to her. And thinks, will she ever go back? She remembers her mom and sis. And cries. She thinks this is just a dream, everything will be normal when I wake up. All I need to do is sleep and everything will be back to normal. Then her maids come in the morning calling her. Jane thinks, dream my ass. I must have cried a lot last night. That my eyes feel heavy. She looks at the mirror. And sees her original face. And gets surprised. She says no way and dashes for a closer look. What happened? Are you kidding me? I wanted to return to my world. Not get my old face back. Then someone class her. Are you awake, your highness? She gasps and thinks she is screwed. Then they say that we are coming in. She shouts, not yet. Give me a second. Seriously, what the? This can't be happening. What am I supposed to do? Hang on, what will happen if they see me looking like this? Then she imagines a scenario of being sent to jail for the crime of stealing the princess. Then to death swell. Without knowing anything. She thinks, I can't let that happen. I don't want that. Then the maid says that they are coming in. She dashes towards the lipstick. Then the maid comes in to bring her refreshment. Good morning, your highness. How is the sleep? Suddenly she gets stunned. Her eyes out. She looks at her highness, I mean Jane, whose face turned back to original as soon as she applied the lipstick. Then the maid says, have you already started to get ready? We will help you come. Then she comes out. Oh my god, is this our Jane? The maids cry and says her that they will miss her. Please stay healthy. Then comes out our unibrow to guide her. Also the mother wishes her farewell and asks Unibrow to take good care of her. Unibrow says yes. Then she says to Jane to forgive her for enforcing the strict rules of palace. Give your mother one last hug. Dear. She hugs her and wow, the lights in my heart. Her mother says go become the greatest empress whose name will be engraved on the history of Durban. Then she goes. Jane thinks a farewell completely from strangers. The journey from one strange place to another. I don't know why, but this strange parting made my heart ache deep inside. She thinks I may not be able to open the lipstick again because I am afraid of what already happened. But how I had returned to my old self and so out of desperation. I can't wrap my head around the series of strange events, but one thing that's for sure is that when I wear this mysterious lipstick, I change from Jane to Jane Richard Dietrich, the Princess of Lomendal. Moreover, this lipstick is the only key to return back to my original world. And my only hope. Suddenly someone throws a stone on the window of the carriage. Jane notices. A person. She thinks, what and who is that? Now everyone has a fantasy in their heart, where beautiful horses charge down the road with their shiny hair flapping gently in the air, pulling a luxurious carriage with large wheel and shimmering decorations. And always there is an elegant lady sitting at the back of the carriage. There is nothing more exciting when Cinderella is on her way to meet her prince in her perfect pumpkin carriage. She reaches the great empire. But no one could possibly imagine what it's really like to ride in a carriage. As the horse continues, the carriage shakes harder than ever. As such, the rise is not as smooth as one might think. Then our princess comes out with a gloomy expression. With intensive motion sickness, LOL. Then the lady in waiting welcomes her highness. She introduces herself. My name is Madame Salome, the Marchioness Jor, and I will be assisting you from now on. Jane says yes, right, but may I go inside and lie down for a little bit? I don't feel well. Unibrow says yes, but she must greet the emperor first. This way. Then he goes. She asks him to wait, but have no choice to follow. Unibrow is heartless. The great empire of Durban boasts of its long history, military power, and economic stability. As you already know, we have had diplomatic relations with them from a long time, and now this marriage is meant to fortify that alliance. As such, you must always remember that you are also representing Lomendal. Etiquette and manners are the utmost important to the imperial family of Durban. You must not do or say anything that goes against the formalities. Here Jane is about to pass out just from exhaustion. Then the guard announces her entry. She goes in the hall where everyone murmurs. The ladies look at her with distrust, so did the other nobles. Jane is so shocked by all this. And she becomes nervous. Unibrow says her not to be nervous. Walk with pride, you are a princess. All you need to do is remember what I said. Besides, I have nothing to worry about, I will be by your side. Jane feels nauseous. And goes on with a headache. She thinks all I want to do is lie down. Let's just get over with that, at this rate I am gonna throw up. She lower her body and rises her skirt to greet the great king of Durban, King Charles XIII. She introduces herself and thinks, yes, I did it. And next I have to raise my head and the great king? Gosh, look at his face and the lipstick. I was clearly not expecting that clown to be the king. Jane, control your laugh. The king greets the princess with a big smile. And Jane lies it. Everyone murmur and Unibrow holds his head. Jane, you know you did something wrong. At low metal, the Empress sips her tea and thinks that she should have arrived by now. She is probably doing fine, right? The other person says, of course. Now back at Jane. Our Unibrow slams the table, being angry at Jane. He asks what's wrong with her? How could she laugh? You could have been in serious trouble. Jane thinks Fabian is right. Things could have gotten bad. Now back at the scene where Jane introduces herself, where she chokes just after seeing His Majesty. She thinks, although I am a princess, but for me to laugh infant of the presence of the emperor. It is completely unimaginable. Fabian says, Your Majesty, you must understand. But right at that moment something came up. She glanced to get a plastic bag and took a purse of a noble lady. And then, well, you know, the outcome of motion sickness. Unibrow says, Your Majesty, the princess is not feeling well due to the long carriage ride. Jane apologizes. His Majesty the Great Emperor says, Is that so? Then she must have a rest in her room. Unibrow understood the assignment and brought the situation under control. But the princess left an unfortunate and unforgettable impression. Unibrow holds his unibrow and says, Everyone is laughing at Lomendal now. What were you thinking laughing in a situation like that? Jane, controlling her laugh, says, Well, it was funny. This leaves Unibrow confused. Jane explained, What is her, a clown? He was so funny to look at. Unibrow calls her out. Jane apologizes while laughing and then calms down, but still can't hold her laugh. LOL, she bursts out again. She says she can't stop thinking about it. What the hell was with the makeup? A white powder and red lipstick on a slowly grown man? LOL. Other people must have also controlled their laugh. They must also be looking for a chance to burst out. Unibrow says, What do you mean he is wearing makeup, that's all? Bro makeup, you call that makeup? It was a joke. Unibrow says, Your Highness, stop with you not so ladylike laugh. The Emperor wore particularly nicer look to greet you, and here you are laughing like this? She continues to laugh. What? A nice look. Don't go there joking, Fabian. My stomach just hurts from laughing. Sorry about that, but I can't help thinking about it. It's so funny. And she shows her radiance. Unibrow smiles after seeing this and looks away. Jane says, You also think it's funny, right? I saw you laughing. He says, No, it's not that. Jane still laughs. I know you are holding back, you laugh. Now, marriage is arrangement between two individuals becoming one. Yet the crown prince himself is nowhere to be seen. Then we see many people preparing for wedding. Then suddenly a makeup artist comes in to prepare Jane. I mean, two makeup artists. Jane thinks, who are they now? They introduces themselves. Bother, dear Princess Jane. Elise Kurt here at your service to take care of your makeup. Then the another one, Rosier Furs, also introduces herself. And she is here for dress. Not gonna lie, they look like Barbie and friend who got cooked up in boiling water. Then many dresses and makeup products come. Jane asks, What is this? Barbie number 1 says, The world's renowned fashion designers. We are going to take care of everything you need. Barbie number 2 says, Today you are going to become the most beautiful bride in the world. Then they show her many different items and tells her to try everything. Then both of them claps. Parfaite and excellente. Absolutely gorgeous. We see Jane with very big hairs. LOL, I can't hold back anymore. Then here comes the close-up look of our crown princess. A perfect Roboco-style outfit. Yeah, I don't remember the name perfectly. Now, let's start with the makeup, says our Barbie number 2. Unibrow asks her if she is ready. The makeup artist says, Yes, we finished a minute ago. Everyone including me thinks she is gorgeous. Unibrow starts his nagging. You avenue tone careful when you enter the hall. The Barbies thinks all about her looks and thinks we need to add more. Unibrow asks her if she is listening. Jane calls him Fabian. In fact, can you all step out for a moment, please? He nods and goes out. A wedding dress as white as snow and a lovely view and a bouquet filled with fresh flowers. I really look like a bride. I never would have dreamed otherwise, marry so luxuriously like this. I think the fact that I am getting married is started to feel real. But what the hell is this makeup? She couldn't recognize herself. Now I understand why the Emperor looked that way on the first day. She reaches to wash off her makeup. I thought this was supposed to be a wedding. So why did they make me a canvas painted with 5-year-olds? Dang, the makeup is impossible to get rid of. Even though I have never seen makeup products like these before. I bet they're similar to mine. Now then, let's get to work. Then we shift to another scene. A woman with red hairs like the blood washing herself. Someone comes and calls her out, Prohita. The woman whose name is Prohita says that she knows. I can't miss our dear crown prince's wedding, can I? She continues, I heard that the girl from Lomendel has arrived, but she hasn't visited me yet. How rude. Then she goes with their maids. Then our girl says that she have a face with small eyes and flat nose with thin lips. But my friends remember me as someone with double eyelids, a high bridge and juicy lips. This is the look I created for myself by applying hundreds of layers of makeup. I didn't fit in the beauty standards, but I was after all happy about my face when I applied makeup. Everyone longs to be beautiful, people love and talks about beautiful person like Cleopatra or idols. Beautiful people are always in the limelight. Wait are these Rose and Lisa. I also want to be beautiful, so I apply makeup to satisfy that basic human need. To put lipstick on a pig doesn't change the fact that it's a pig. But still it's a pretty pig, says Jane. Well, looks like I am also a pretty pig. Those who are like us, please like and subscribe. Those who are not, they also like and subscribe, as it gives me motivation to move forward. Then Unibrow comes to inform her. Then at the venue our Jane arrives. And oh my god, she is such a beauty. She looks down at Flower and goes near the stage. The maid says her makeup looks a little different. I am not used to the makeup that are not extravagant, but even her modest look is so refined. I guess it is popular Lomendel. That's why she asked the makeup artists to leave, as she did not want to offend them. Wow, how considerate of her. Then Jane says to herself, Dear V Appa, I won't be able to marry you anymore. I always wanted to marry someone as stunning as you. Wait, no one in this entire world will be stunning like you. But I still want to marry someone who's even half of amazing as you. In the movies, they build up to the revelation of Prince, who turns out to be lame loser. Besides the fact that everyone talks about only his personality proves that there is nothing good about his looks. Just look at the Emperor. After all, they say that an apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But suddenly she gets stunned. She goes near to look at him, and oh my gosh. These white hairs are so exceptional. A close-up look. Wow, the blue eyes. Thank you, God. But please don't have unibrow. We only need one unibrow, not you.